So the big picture for this lesson is graphing cosecant functions and secant functions. We start with a cosecant function first. And remember, cosecant is the reciprocal of the sine function. So basically what you do is you sketch out the sine function first, and then when you do the reciprocal, the maximums turn into local minimums, and the minimums turn into local maximums, and the zeros turn into asymptotes because they turn into divided by zero from the reciprocal. So what you do is you sketch the sine function and then sketch asymptotes through the zeros, and then you just draw based on the points that are maxes and mins to get your branches. And that's all you do. And for the secant function, you graph cosine first, get a sketch of that going, and then you apply the same thing, draw asymptotes through the zeros, and then the local maxes and mins are the points that you use to draw your little curves here. These are not parabolas, although they look like a parabola shape. But they don't follow the exact pattern of the perfect square pattern. If you go right and then down, it won't fit an exact parabola, but it looks close. The secant function is reciprocal of cosine function. You sketch the cosine function first, and then you draw your asymptotes through the zeros, because the zeros, when you do the reciprocal, become divided by zeros. And then you use the points for the local maxes and mins as the places to draw your little curves. And these are not parabolas exactly. They look kind of like parabolas, but the pattern isn't quite right. But they look very close to that. So the vertical stretches and vertical shrinks, those work exactly the same with this function than any other parent function. Just the details are a little different, so you want to make sure you take note of those in the lesson. And that's the big picture for this lesson.